Welcome to the Dynasty Football Key. All right, we're going to do another tier list for the 2024 rookie running back class. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Want to start off with the elite tier. Okay, there's no elite tier. So we're going to go with the starters. And Jonathan Brooks, I think this guy is going to get a really good opportunity. He's a one-year starter out of Texas and has a good size. And what he showed on the field is that he can break away for long runs. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. Really versatile player. He had a significant ACL injury, but it was early enough in the season to where he's expected to be back for the start of this next NFL season. So it's going to come down to what NFL evaluators feel about his progress from that recovery, long-term impact, and his ability to help a team this season. Otherwise, he may fall a little bit, and that may hurt our likelihood of wanting to add him to our teams, because if he does sit a year, we do have a big draft class coming the following season of running backs, and we don't want him to get in a situation where he sits a year and then someone else comes in and takes that role and he never gets that opportunity. Something to think about, but from a skill standpoint, he really seems to be one of the better running back options in this year's class. All right, and next I've got Trey Benson, also in this tier. I think he can absolutely be a part of a committee, whether he's catching passes or not. He's shown a lot of breakaway ability, and at 6'1", 223, he's got a really good size. He was able to break a lot of tackles in college. We'll see how that translates into the NFL, but he is built to be an NFL running back. And even though his 2023 season wasn't as great as his 2022 season, he has shown that he's been able to stay healthy over those seasons, which was tougher for him at the beginning of his career. So that was really the only thing we were wondering coming into this past season, and he showed he could deliver. They were a undefeated team for most of the season, and he was there for those games, helping them get those wins. Next, I'm going to take a pass catching running back in Bucky Irving. And remember, we're talking about starter from the standpoint of a fantasy football starter. And with the pass catching skill set that Bucky Irving has, with still some ability to pass block, I was watching some film on him last night, and he's shown that he can handle various roles in an offense, but absolutely can see him as either a check down option or a legitimate option to get some passes, at least 40, but maybe in the 50 or higher range of pass catches every season. And for PPR leagues, that's really good, and we'll give him a nice floor. Next, I've got Braylon Allen. He's got immense size at 6'2" and 245 pounds. Going to be the biggest running back in this class, and he's also one of the youngest running backs in this class. There's some upside for coaching to help him develop. Vision hasn't been his best strong suit, but really could be some of the games that I was watching. Who knows? He may be able to get that out of him, and I think at minimum, there's going to be teams willing to give him a shot based on his size. He can absolutely help in the pass protection game, and really, we just want to see him take advantage of each of those carries that he gets a little bit more. And to continue on, I've got Marshawn Lloyd as a starter. I believe, even though he's shorter than the rest of these backs, he still has a good BMI at 210 relative to his height, and he's shown that he can be one of the best pass catching running backs in this class. At least, when he gets the ball in his hands, he's shown that he can do something with it. He has 13 yards per reception. So every time he gets the ball, he's getting a first down for the most part and doing something with it. And he can break away. And I think he's going to get an opportunity here this season. Next, we've got the national champion, Blake Corum. He was really good in a lot of areas of the field, but there's teams that need goal line backs. I can see him going and really getting a chance to get a lot of touchdowns. He's got some good vision at the line of scrimmage, and he does have some pass catching ability as well. So he seems like a versatile back. I can see folks actually starting him this season and in the future. And I will continue with some other potential starters. I'm a little less convicted, so I'll actually put Jalen Wright in this backup tier. along with Audric Estime, Ray Davis, Cody Schrader. These are players that I don't see the pass catching upside, so it reduces the floor a little bit. Still, these guys have decent size and ability that I think they'll be in a complementary backfield and be able to either be a goal line back or just take on some of those, late game yardage when they just have to, run the clock out or whatever that may be, and so they can develop into better pass protectors or pass catchers. And I have a little bit less conviction on some of these other guys, but I do think there's still some opportunity for Dylan Johnson, Will Shipley, Dylan Lobby, Isaiah Davis, Rasheen Ali, Jawar Jordan, Dijun Edwards. And I think I have been high on Blake Watson, another Memphis running back. I'd probably have it Omani Bailey, Taj Brooks, Jason McClellan here at the bottom. We'll go with Carson Steele, Mayan Williams, and I'll round it out with another junior, Frank Gore Jr. Yeah, and these are players where they're going to be an injury away, or maybe they're the third on the depth chart, but their opportunity will likely come when the starter ahead of them gets injured. Still, there's something there, and I think we keep an eye on these guys. There can be a riser from this range after the combine and the draft. I just didn't want to forget about these guys. So let me know what you think. Do you think there's an elite tier player at the running back position this year? I definitely think there's some starters, maybe no elite players. So, I'm not reaching on the running backs in this class. Still, if I'm thinking I need a running back, and maybe consider who's out there in the trade market, because there's enough receivers and quarterbacks to where those early seconds may be valued high enough to where you can get a veteran running back if you need a running back. And that might be the route I go, but still some appealing options here. And I'm really looking forward to this year. Look out for the next episode, and thank you for watching.